Welcome to the last section of our digital event today, Managing Access in the New Normal. This session's topic, New Security Challenges in 2020 and Beyond equals New Sales Opportunities. My name is Josh Levitt, Senior Director at BioConnect, and I will be hosting the session today with my colleague, Julia Webb-Toomey, Vice President, Marketing and Alliances. We hope you have enjoyed today's topics and were able to attend other sessions throughout the day. A few housekeeping items. Everyone on the line will be muted except the panelists. If you have any questions, we'll try and get to them towards the end. And we will be recording it and sharing with other attendees who weren't able to attend or have some interest. BioConnect Cares is an initiative we created to give back to the community during this pandemic. One aspect of the program is to help keep our customers and partners staying informed as people are getting ready to go back to work. BioConnect really appreciates the trust many of you have put in our company over this 10 years to help secure your facilities and applications. And now is the time for us to give back. So please read more about the BioConnect Cares initiative at bioconnect.com. Also, don't forget, by attending today, you are automatically entered in a draw for a Suprema Face Station F2 device with thermal camera. So let's get started. I will pass it over to Julia.
Thanks, Josh. And like Josh said, any of the sessions earlier today, they were all awesome. So if you guys are interested, they'll be available on demand. So Josh, if you can go to the next slide, please. So, after spending the last 20 years plus, I figured you stop counting after 20 years, but after spending 20 plus years in the access control industry, what I reflected on is I can't think of a time where there's been more shifts in the requirements for access control since 9/11. That's the last time I can really think that there's been major shifts in the requirements for access control. So what does access control look like today? Well, it's very different, right? Now it's not just about who are you, but it's about how are you. So we have manual surveys going on. We have to hire additional security guards at access points. And we have all this manual reporting that's happening. But as I look at that, there's an opportunity for all of us in the access control space. There's an opportunity for us to create better solutions, to automate more, and to drive more revenue for all of our businesses. So Josh, if you go on to the next one. How does this change? Kimi, you guys may have seen this in 7-Elevens all across the US and in other stores in Canada. And what it does is within minutes, you can duplicate key fobs, cards. Why is this changing now with the pandemic and COVID? Well, the reason why it's changing and increasing the security threat is because many of us are working remotely. We're not going into offices. So where there was that human trust, if I went into the BioConnect offices and it was just Josh there and some other people, Josh would know that Julia was allowed to be in that office space. But now with people working remotely and going into the offices just periodically, then there isn't that level of human trust that you can apply to the safety of your facilities. So this is even more of a threat now that you can go out and duplicate cards, duplicate key fobs, and gain access to facilities. Next slide, Josh, please. And for all of us in the access control space, there's a massive opportunity. If we look at what's out there, there's probably about 50 million access points, 20 million doors, 30 million cabinets. Many of these are in critical infrastructure environments, but only 5 to 10% are actually protected by any sort of biometric or intelligent step up. So for all of us, here's the opportunity for us to come in and provide a better, more secure solution. Next slide, Josh. So what we did as we were trying to reinvent our solutions as part of this pandemic and how we can provide better solutions to our customers. In presentations earlier today, we presented 5.0, BioConnect Enterprise 5.0. This is the highest level of security available in the industry to protect your business from physical security breaches. Why is that important? Because if you have physical security breaches, then you are subject to potential regulatory fines. You are subject to an impact on your business continuity. You could potentially have a drop in your organization's valuation. So it's absolutely critical now more than ever that you have a platform that's going to be able to protect your environment and your critical infrastructure. But at the same time, we wanted to have a platform that allowed you to be able to protect your infrastructure with the lowest cost of ownership. Our platform, unlike point-to-point solutions, allows you to implement, maintain, and scale on one single environment and keep the cost to actually deploy the solutions as low as possible. So who are we addressing? We're addressing organizations that have complex infrastructures, organizations that have multiple geographic locations, and organizations who have a diverse community that they need to provide security for. Next slide. Thanks, Josh. And so with the 5.0 platform, we're giving lots of options to our customers. And we look at it from low trust and safety to high trust and safety. What does that mean? Well, on some access points, you may just need a card. On some access points, wellness declaration is going to be important in this new normal. In some other access points in kind of the middle of the range, you start talking about fingerprint and facial recognition readers. But then for high trust, high safety, we have solutions where it's multi-factor. So you apply a mobile plus a biometric device or a card plus mobile. And that's where you really get into a high trust safety solution for your most critical access points. And with that, Josh, I'll send it back over to you. Josh, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Speaking of trust, we've been partnering with Suprema for many, many years in our biometric integrations and the biometric readers. The Face Station 2 is a tremendous device that uses multimodal authentication, not only for facial recognition with infrared technology, but also uses visual technology. So we know that trust and touchless right now is incredibly important. So as part of our platform approach, we want to make sure we can deal with this new reality. And so being partnered with Suprema and having these amazing devices that we can add into this platform, like the Face Station 2, it's a game-changing device in our opinion. The fact that it's outdoor rated is a really new function feature in this industry, because not many have been. The fact that it's ruggedized with an IQ8 enclosure is really, really unique. The fact that it has multi-class capability, you can do face, you can do card, and it has a massive capacity. To be partnered with a company like Suprema that's tied into this platform approach with all these threats that Julie was talking about is really going to really help us excel in this new world. When you add in things like face thermal detection, thermal camera, making sure people have a mask on is really, really timely, right? Contactless solutions right now are a new reality in times of COVID. And with our new 5.0 platform, we're not just doing a point-to-point integration with all those products. It's a real approach to deal with this new reality that we all are living in. And so having this product, the Face Station 2, being able to detect if you're wearing a mask, to be able to see if your temperature is elevated, and maybe as well send a push notification of some sort to a mobile device. Those are all parts of what we're providing underneath this new 5.0 platform, because there are a lot of opportunities during this crisis, and we realize we have to, as business owners, have to deal with this. And so if there's ways that we can with new products that are bringing into the market, we're bringing them inside of our platform. And that goes in conjunction with this new device called the LR1, which is our BioConnect branded Swiss Army knife device, because depending on the threat level that Julie was talking about, you can change the rules based on what's happening. And so you can put this wherever, data centers, closets, MDF closets, regular doors, anywhere where you think based on the threat it's going up or down for whatever reason, you can change with that threat. And so having the ability to convert a standard biometric reader with finger only, maybe everything's fine, the threat level is very low, to taking a card if you want to get rid of the finger option because I don't want to touch anything, and sending a push notification to your phone using a two-factor authentication with a service, two-factor authenticator that may be being used today in the enterprise before the doors open. So you can now, depending on the threat level, you can change throughout what's happening in the ecosystem. This product is integrated to a lot of the access control, if not the top 80% of the access control platforms in the marketplace. We also have integration to some of the top multi-factor authenticators like Duo, Ping, Okta. I'm sure some people who attended earlier heard about this, but the fact that we can add this all in depending on what's happening in the enterprise really does echo what Julia was saying, this threat level across the enterprise, depending on what's happening. BioConnect 5.0 will really help that with products like these. I'm going to pass it back to Julia now to talk about the wellness.
Okay, Josh. So let's, what we wanted to do is show you guys our wellness solution in action. So Josh is actually going to play the video here of one of our customers here in Toronto. I'm not getting the audio, Josh.
Right, can you hear it now?
And allows enterprises to control access based on use.
Sorry, let me start that again. I apologize. I was muted. You know, I'm doing the right thing, muting myself, but I'll do that again.
BioConnect's Wellness Declaration solution was chosen by Mars Discovery District to meet new Ministry of Health guidelines surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic. This solution allows enterprises to control access based on users' potential exposure to COVID-19. When enabled, your users will be prompted to answer a simple and customizable questionnaire upon entry to their office. The user will simply tap their card and receive a push notification to their mobile device, prompting them to declare their current health. Once a user is deemed healthy enough to enter, they will be granted access and a detailed audit log will be kept. BioConnect's Wellness Declaration solution can be deployed quickly and cost-effectively as a retrofit solution to meet new health mandates in both Canada and the USA, right as both countries are beginning to experience a second wave of COVID-19 uptick. After a simple registration process by building management, users will download the BioConnect app to their smartphone. When seeking to enter a building, they will receive a health status step-up, mobile authentication request, once daily to confirm their current health. Mars has chosen its primary entry point to initially deploy.
Okay, thanks, Josh. Can you still hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So why is this important? What we showed you at the beginning, the photo of the new normal, where you have multiple security guards, you have a paper manual survey, and you're trying to figure out how to report and protect both your employees and your visitors. That's really painful when it's all paper-based and with the human involvement. So what we're offering here is two options. One is a freemium solution. What does that mean? It means that we're providing you with the ability to do this wellness survey for your visitors and for your employees upon their arrival or even prior to their arrival to the facility, and then giving you the ability to actually report on all of the people who are entering your facility. The second option, shown on the next slide, is a premium solution. And why is that a premium solution? Because what we're doing is we're actually giving you the ability to not hire as many security guards. What we do is based on the answer to the survey for the wellness declaration or any other surveys that you need to provide to your organization to facilitate access. We will then control the ability for that individual to access your facility based on their answers to the question. So that reduces or eliminates your need to actually hire additional security guards at your key access points. And we're providing real-time reporting to you to meet your compliance requirements. So with that, Josh, I'll hand it back over to you.
Thanks. So if you're going to enforce the wellness declaration, what's really, really nice part of the system is that you can either do it before you get to work. If you know every single day, I have to do this, the employees can complete that survey before they get to the office. Every morning, 8 o'clock, just like inside of our company, we have to do this every single day. I open the BioConnect mobile app, I do the wellness declaration, and then when I go to the office and I go to the designated door or turnstile, I flash the card, and if that service is on, you get the push notification. Sorry, if that service is on, it'll know that I've done that declaration and let me in through that turnstile. If the employee does not do that before they get to the office, that's no big deal. They can flash the card, then the push notice will be the wellness declaration. And at that point, it literally takes a second to go through and verify, and then they can flash the card, then the door will open. And so it depends on the use case or what's happening. It's definitely designed to be on choke point doors as employees are coming in and forcing them to do this before they are let into the building itself. But the fact that you can change it being before they go to work, and if they forget, they could do it at the door, and it's only once a day, and it resets every 24 hours. So if the individuals go out for lunch, they don't have to do this again when they go back in. It's once a day. And so that's basically how that system works. But if you want to turn the system on, if you want to use what we call the BioConnect Link system, you do need 3 components. So you do need one of the BioConnect Link devices. And so this is in line between the existing Wiegand readers that are there on site and to the access control panel that you have working in the facility. And so this device is a 4-door controller. As you can see here on the screen, you got 4 doors that can be tied in to one of these devices. And so you would need one of these for every reader, every location, opening. And then you'd also need the BioConnect Link software. And so that is a monthly subscription per door, unlimited users if you're going to be using just this system as a normal step up. The wellness declaration, however, it is a per user fee. So if you're going to use the system, you have to have 2 things. You have to have the base system, which would be unlimited users throughout your facility. If you're going to use the wellness declaration, that would be an additional per user fee on that device or on that location of the door. And then you also would need some form of a mobile authenticator if you are going to be using the BioConnect wellness declaration. You would be using the BioConnect mobile authenticator, and that is the one that we have developed, and that would be the system of choice, the authenticator of choice if you're going to have the declaration. However, as you progress throughout and this goes back to what we were saying about the platform approach, is there are other doors inside the facility where, as people are coming back to work, there's less people in the facility. I may have a little bit more higher level of trust. So I want to send a push notification to some of those areas that are using just a card. I can send that push notification down to their phone, either with BioConnect Mobile, or if there are other mobile authenticators like Duo, Ping ID, or Okta, which are certainly the big 3 in the industry, then you can send that push notice into other doors. So from a wellness perspective, you have to have the base system running. And then if you want to choose wellness, or what we call enforce wellness, then you would use would be with BioConnect Mobile, which is very easy to download and very easy to enroll. And then other doors throughout the facility, as long as you have that little box that we talked about, they can run other 2-factor authenticators on doors, or BioConnect Mobile on other doors that aren't going to have the enforced wellness application. We see lots of use cases where people are starting to look at using BioConnect Link outside of the wellness application. Where can we put it in? Data center, cabinets. I was just on with a really great end user who said, you know what? I now, if I want to put this two-factor authentication into our facility, now I don't have to actually pay for the fence to go up inside the facility. I could just force it with this and not have to worry about who's going in. And I said, you're right. You don't have to do that big construction. So you can send a push notice, and anybody goes into a cabinet on who was opening that by sending that notice to the phone. Was that Josh who used that card? IDF closets, MDF closets. That's a natural location. I want to know who that person was when they went in. It's a certain time of day. Not, as I said, not many people are back to work, or it's just, we don't want anybody to get into those areas. So sending a push notification to people who are using those, trying to gain access to those areas. Just general entryway doors. People are now wanting to know who's coming and going. You have the wealth check, of course, the health check, the wellness declaration. That is an area into the main entry doors. Or how about just remote locations? Just as people are moving throughout facilities, I need to know who's going into those areas and when. And especially if the threats are going up and less people are in these buildings, let's send a push notification. Is that actually Josh who's coming in at 3:00 in the morning to a remote facility? And so these are the things that we're seeing as part of this BioConnect Link platform that we're discussing today. But there's an opportunity, and if people who are on the line here today are very interested in maybe joining what we're calling our Authorized Service Provider program, we believe there is a massive opportunity to promote this product to the broader end user community because of the threats that are upon us. And we want a trusted network to deliver on this, what we call the BioConnect Link system, to legacy access systems that are out there with a very compelling ROI. So if you're in that area of, as a security integrator, dealer, VAR network, and you have a large addressable market of weekend readers that are out in the marketplace, we believe there's a real opportunity for growth inside of this solution. Having a higher security system with a wellness check option, as we just talked about, inside of your existing infrastructure for doors, for cabinets, for closets, really simply, that is the solution. And it's retrofit, it's secure, it's cost effective, it's touchless. You're using IT approved multi-factor authenticators that a lot of your end users may already have, and you're putting it onto an existing infrastructure on doors that are already electrified. It's a down economy with what's happening right now. People don't necessarily have the budgets to rip and replace everything. This is a really good solution to add in what's happening today. And for us, as BioConnect, a brand promise on delivering enterprise security simply and reliably. I mean, that is why we created this. We need partners that are interested in joining us with what we're trying to do. Why partner with BioConnect? You saw a slide earlier that Julie was talking about. There's a huge untapped market. We estimate about 50 million access points globally between doors and cabinets that are what we call unsecured or unprotected, with maybe cards and fobs or nothing. And so we know that those things can be easily copied, as Julie was talking about. But having a secure, unified mobile access, as I said, retrofit, to be able to deal with those legacy card readers that are out there, we want to be able to provide the solution to our partners, delivering on a strong ROI with a recurring revenue model. We have a very partner-first culture, and if you're going to be interested in joining this program, we want you to make money. That is certainly what we want to do, and recurring revenue is part of that. And so we have a very strong ROI around this platform. And then partnering with BioConnect, we've been around for 10 years. We have a lot of customers, large profile customers, and we've been the market leader in biometric access for many years. And so, biometrics is still a big part of what we do. And as part of our platform approach, we're trying to deal with identity, enabling trust in the connected world. That's what we live by. And so, being partnered with BioConnect, I think is setting yourself up to the future, and certainly your customers. As I said, having a compelling touchless access control solution in the COVID economy is really attractive right now. And so if you are interested, there are some real benefits in the program. As I said, you have the ability to hit this addressable market to sell and activate a number of years, all those access points, this retrofit access points. We have a very purposefully built, cost-effective solution for a down economy right now. And as I said, you don't have to rip and replace anything, and people's budgets are tight. We all know that, and so that's a real benefit. Having a recurring revenue model. If you join the program, you can participate in the recurring RMR revenue for BioConnect Link, for doors, and for cabinets. And only our ASP dealers are able to participate and get that RMR after year one, and the ability to sell BioConnect Link and the cabinet solution as well. From a sales and support standpoint, our partner program, we have a full team now from a sales execution activation standpoint to help from an installation standpoint and marketing. And you have the ability to use an ASP portal where you track all your renewals, and there's lots of training material. And so we're going to try and enable as much as we can to help you out in the marketplace to promote this solution to your customers. And then we, of course, want you to use this solution as well. And so we're offering that to all our ASPs, is that they use it internally. They use one of our ASPs using the wellness right now. Loved it. Loved the fact that it was easily done and tied in, to the access control event as well. So that's been very well received. On our website, you can actually go onto the ASP program, and you can look at a comparison just between biometric hardware, mobile authentication, and adding this BioConnect Link step up. And so it's going to really help if you wanted to sort of justify, like, what can I actually make from an RMR perspective, but also just from the total cost of ownership. Like if I decide I want to stay with biometrics, which people are, and maybe people are pivoting to more facial recognition, and that's totally understandable. But if you go to the mobile solution, which Rob said this morning in his thing, like, this is the real change now. Mobile's a big change. What are the overall savings if you want to go to a mobile solution? And so I encourage you, if you're interested in learning more, please go to the BioConnect website. You can look at a bunch of information about the ASP program around everything that we've learned today. As I said, it's a cost-effective retrofit, secure, touchless solution that leverages wellness, that leverages your IT-approved multi-factor authenticators. You could add, biometric solutions, that LR1 device, all underneath this platform that we call BioConnect. And so we hope that you're, interested in having further discussions on that. For us as a company, as I said, we're a strong company. We have a lot of large financial sector, data centers, high tech, education, pro sports teams, all the key large verticals. And we've been partnered with a lot of, I'm sure, your trusted technology partners of people that are in attendance today. And so having a long-standing relationship with some of the biggest players in the access control world is a huge part of this, the success, we believe, of this solution. We have integration already with all these on the biometric reader side, and to be able to bring the new platform and having what we call the HCM sync into lots of these partners and more to come, it just makes it, again, I'm harping on this again, it's about this whole solution. Once you're on the BioConnect platform, you can do so many different things now, enabling trust in this highly connected world. And so if you're interested in the next steps, you can go onto the website, you can complete a form to apply, and then we'll schedule a call to discuss and go through this in more details. I think I want to pass it on to Julia, but first, I think maybe, do we have any questions yet?
It looks like, Tina, can you maybe read us what question came in?
Yep, so we have one question. As a BioConnect ASP, do I get the most up-to-date product brochures and content?
So I can take that one, Josh. Yeah, yes, absolutely. We actually, not only do you have access to all of our latest content, but we also have the ability to give you automated proposals. So when you've identified an opportunity through our ASP page on our website, you're able to go in and you're able to actually generate a custom proposal for your prospect that will help with you just translating that value proposition to that end user, and also showing them the close plan on what they need to do if they want to be live by a particular date.
Yeah, we're trying to give as much resource as possible to our ASPs. As I said, like we have a full team now to help on sales, installation, and marketing, and get out the word as much as we can and promote it. And there's a lot of resources that'll be available. Any other questions on there inside there, Christina?
Not at the moment.
So
Okay.
in summary,
Sorry.
I'm going to pass it over to Julia to finish this off.
All right, thanks, Josh. So I would also just like to take a moment to thank Christina on the BioConnect team for organizing today's event. I think it was a phenomenal event with lots of different sessions, awesome content. So encourage everybody to dig into the content on demand. We also have our new BioConnect store going live later this week. Just for our channel partners, I think it's important to note that we're still very much committed to all our channel partners and selling through the channel. The store is designed to have easy access at MSRP to our solutions for initial pilots, proof of concepts, but we're very much still, this isn't competing with our channel. So I know that came up earlier today, and I just wanted to make a point that our channel partners are bread and butter for our business and absolutely critical for us. So with that, I think we're going to wrap this session up. It's been an awesome day. Thank you for attending. And you've got Josh's contact details as well as mine here if you'd like to reach out to us directly.
Thanks, everybody. And let's all do our part. Let's all wear masks, flatten that curve, stay safe. Bye-bye.
For more information, visit our website at bioconnect.com.